Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Merrill's Monday Morning Market Madness, where we take a look at the Phoenix housing market and what's been going on with house values and what's going on with the market. Most people, when I talk to them, just don't really understand exactly how incredibly hot and insane our housing market is right now. We saw obviously a slowdown during COVID, and now the market is just making up for lost time. And every single day we are losing inventory. We are at an all-time low. Never before have we had so few homes available for sale. And so many homes pending and closing. Closes are still a little low. But I'll get to that. So let's start by taking a look at our month supply of inventory numbers. This is for the entire MLS, looking across, all dwelling types, all price ranges, everything. We currently have 9,357 active listings, 14,471 pending listings. So when we did the show last week, there were almost 4,000 more pendings than there were actives. Now there's more than 4,100 more pendings than there are actives. Only 7,922 homes have closed in the past 30 days. And that's giving us a month supply of inventory of 1.18. Last Monday, we were at 1.24, so we did see a small drop in the month supply of inventory, but not huge, like we had been seeing in the previous weeks, and I want to explain why. It is not because the market has suddenly started to slow down. The closed number is a little low, 7,922. Well, today is June 29th. And what happens is a ton of homes always close on the last business day of the month. So we are going to see a huge spike in the closed numbers on July 1st. July 1st, when I get up and check these numbers every single day, we're going to see, I'll jump on and give you all an update on Wednesday, because we're probably going to have more than 1,000 homes, is my guess, could close on June 30th. So the total number of closed listings for June, I'm expecting to spike well above 9,000, probably closer to 9,500 closed listings in the month of June, which means that we will likely fall below 1 month supply of inventory for the first time ever. So I thought it would be fun. I put together a spreadsheet, and we're posting a link to that. It's a Google document, a Google sheet, so you guys can all look at it. I thought it would be fun to look at pretty much all the major cities across the Phoenix metro area. I'm sorry if I missed one, but I literally put like over 30 cities on there. I mean, not just the East Valley. We had everything, in the West Valley, pretty much. I didn't do every place. I know I missed Youngtown, and I missed some, I didn't do Whitman, so there were some places that I didn't get, but I tried really hard to include almost every single city that I could think of for the Phoenix metro area, and took a look at the month supply of inventory because I wanted to see which areas had the lowest month supply of inventory in our whole market right now. And I've got it sorted currently to display lowest inventory to highest right now. So the top 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up and explain one thing on this list. I removed, because here's the thing about month supply of inventory. It's a little bit deceiving because retirement communities aren't as hot. Manufactured homes and condos aren't quite as hot. So I wanted to look specifically at each of the cities for single family homes only, and excluding 55 plus communities. And there's one other thing that I felt I wanted to exclude for this study, and that it was brand new construction. And here's why. There are like a couple thousand listings in our MLS that are new builds, but most of them are not ready to buy. Well, you can go under contract, but you can't move in 30 days like you can most of the resales. A lot of them are in the MLS, but they're still to be built. They haven't even started construction. Some of them are at least a year out. Most of them are 6 months out. So I removed a new construction. And so for this list, the top cities, I'm going to give you the top 10, but the very top city coming in at a month supply of inventory of 0.16, which is basically 4.6 days of inventory, was El Mirage. Then we had Tolleson at 0.19, Levine at 0.24, Maricopa at 0.25, Santan Valley at 0.28, Avondale at 0.31, Gilbert at 0.36. And the Gilbert one shocked me a little bit because Gilbert is the only city on this list with an average sales price above 400,000. You're probably noticing a lot of these homes, a lot of these places have an average lower sales price, and that just lends to a higher level of competitiveness. Then after Gilbert, we've got Surprise at 0.4, Glendale at 0.42, and Buckeye at 0.44. So that rounds out your top 10. Buckeye with a 13-day supply of inventory. So those are all just ridiculously low when you're only looking at the single-family homes, excluding 55-plus communities. And in case you're curious, in last place, no surprise here, were Paradise Valley and Carefree coming in at about 7 and 8 months supply of inventory. Again, the higher price points are still cooking pretty good. But not nearly as competitive as the lower end. So I thought I would also just kind of end with this. What is the month supply of inventory for these other dwelling types? Because we know single family homes are ridiculously competitive right now. So condos and townhomes across our entire MLS, currently month supply of inventory of 1.42. So overall market 1.18, there to 1.42. So condos a little less competitive, but still pretty dang competitive. A 1.42 is still a ridiculously low supply of inventory. So those are still cooking. It's not quite as intense as single family homes. Manufactured homes are at a month supply of inventory of 2.5. Still considered a seller's market at that number, and still going to expect values to continue rising there, especially if the manufactured home is on owned land. And then lastly, age-restricted communities are at a 1.87. So a little less competitive than condos, a little more competitive than manufactured homes. Again, still cooking pretty decent. And for this time of year too, here we are at the end of June, and they're still looking at a 1.87. So we're still seeing a lot of sales happen in these 55 plus communities as well. So the whole market is cooking. It is firing on all cylinders. I did predict that we would fall below a 1 month supply of inventory by the end of June. Looks like I'm going to fall short on that prediction. We probably won't hit it until July 1st. Once all those homes that are currently pending close, and the closed number spikes, by July 1st, I do expect the month supply of inventory to drop below a 1 month supply. I will jump on and give you an update and let you know whether I was right or wrong the morning of July 1st, and we'll see how it goes. But appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions or want to know more about what the housing market's doing in your area, please reach out. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Thanks.